Oda, called the Good or the Severe, was a 10th-century Archbishop of Canterbury in England. The son of a Danish invader, Oda became Bishop of Ramsbury before 928. A number of stories were told about his actions both prior to becoming and while a bishop, but few of these incidents are recorded in contemporary accounts. After being named to Canterbury in 941, Oda was instrumental in crafting royal legislation as well as involved in providing rules for his clergy. Oda was also involved in the efforts to reform religious life in England. He died in 958 and legendary tales afterwards were ascribed to him. Later he came to be regarded as a saint, and a hagiography was written in the late 11th or early 12th century. Early career. Oda's parents were Danish, and he may have been born in East Anglia. His father was said to have been a Dane who came to England in 865, together with the Viking army of Ubba and Ivar, and presumably settled in East Anglia. Oda's nephew Oswald of Worcester later became Archbishop of York. It is possible that Oswald's relatives Oscythel, afterwards Archbishop of York, and Thurcytel, an abbot, were also relatives of Oda, but this is not known for sure. In Bert Fett of Ramsay's Life of St. Oswald, Oda is said to have joined the household of a pious nobleman called Ethelhelm, whom he accompanied to Rome on pilgrimage. While on pilgrimage, Oda healed the nobleman's illness. Other stories, such as those by the 12th-century writer William of Malmesbury, describe Oda as fighting under Edward the Elder and then becoming a priest, but these statements are unlikely. Other statements in the life have Oda being named Bishop of Wilton by the king, who is stated to have been Ethelhelm's brother. The appointment to Wilton is likely to be false, as no English king of the period had a brother named Ethelhelm. Some sources state that he became a monk at Fleury-sur-Loire in France. Bishop of Ramsbury. Oda was consecrated Bishop of Ramsbury sometime between 909 and 927, not to Wilton as stated by both William of Malmesbury and their life. The appointment was most likely made by King Ethelstan, and the first securely attested mention in documents of the new bishop occurs in 928. When he is a witness to royal charters as bishop. According to the late 10th-century chronicler, Richer of Reims, in 936 Ethelstan sent Oda to France to arrange the return to the throne of France of King Louis IV. Louis was Ethelstan's nephew and had been in exile in England for a number of years. However, this story is not related in any contemporary records. Oda was said to have fought alongside Ethelstan at the Battle of Brunanburh in 937. It was at this battle that Oda is said to have miraculously provided a sword to the king when the king's own sword slipped out of its scabbard. A Ramsay chronicle records that in the 1170s, the sword was still preserved in the royal treasury. Although the chronicler carefully states the story, as is said, rather than as fact, there are no contemporary records of Oda's appearance at the battle. In 940, Oda arranged a truce between Olaf III Guthfrithson, King of Dublin and York, and Edmund I, King of England, Archbishop of Canterbury. In 941 Oda was named Archbishop of Canterbury. During his time as Archbishop, he helped King Edmund with the new royal law code, which had a number of laws concerned with ecclesiastical affairs. The Archbishop was present, along with Archbishop Wulfstan of York, at council that proclaimed the first of these law codes and which was held by Edmund of London, over Easter around 945 or 946. Oda also settled a dispute over the 5 boroughs with Wulfstan. Oda also made constitutions, or rules, for his clergy. His constitutions of Oda are the first surviving constitutions of a 10th-century English ecclesiastical reformer. Oda reworked some statutes from 786 to form in his updated code, and one item that was dropped were any clauses dealing with paganism. Other items covered were relations between laymen and the clergy, the duties of bishops, the need for the laity to make canonical marriages, how to observe fasts, and the need for tithes to be given by the laity. The work is extant in just one surviving manuscript, British Museum Cotton Vespasian A14, folios 175v to 177v. This is an 11th century copy done for Wulfstan II, Archbishop of York. At the death of King Edred of England in 955, Oda was one of the recipients of a bequest from the king, in his case a large amount of gold. He was probably behind the re-establishment of a bishopric at Elmham, as the line of bishops in that see starts with Eadwulf of Elmham in 956. Oda crowned King Edwig in 956. But in late 957 the archbishop joined Edwig's rival and brother Edgar, who had been proclaimed king of the Mercians in 957, while Edwig continued to rule Wessex. The exact cause of the rupture between the two brothers that led to the division of the previously united kingdom is unknown, but may have resulted from Edwig's efforts to promote close kinsmen and his wife. The division was peaceful, and Edwig continued to call himself King of the English, in contrast to Edgar's title of King of the Mercians. In early 958 Oda annulled the marriage of Edwig and his wife Ælfgifu, who were too closely related. This act was likely a political move connected to the division between Edwig and Edgar, as it is unlikely that the close kinship between Edwig and Ælfgifu had not been known before their marriage. Oda was a supporter of Dunstan's monastic reforms, and was a reforming agent in the church along with Cenwalh the Bishop of Worcester and Ælfhar the Bishop of Winchester. He also built extensively, and re-roofed Canterbury Cathedral after raising the walls higher. In 948, Oda took St. Wilfrid's relics from Ripon. Frithegard's verse Life of Wilfrid has a preface that was written by Oda, in which the archbishop claimed that he rescued the relics from Ripon, which he described as decayed and thorn-covered. He also acquired the relics of Saint Wen, and Frithegard also wrote, at Oda's behest, a verse life of that saint, which has been lost. He was also active in reorganizing the diocesan structure of his province, as the sees of Elmham and Lindsey were reformed during his archbishopric. The archbishop died on the 2nd of June 958 and is regarded as a saint, with a feast day of the 4th of July. Other dates were also commemorated, including the 2nd of June or the 29th of May. After his death, legendary tales ascribed miracles to him, including one where the Eucharist dripped with blood. Another was the miraculous repair of a sword. There is no contemporary evidence for veneration being made to Oda, with the first indication of cult coming in the hagiography written by Bertfett about Oswald, but no hagiography specifically about Oda was written until Eadmer wrote the Vita Sancti Odinish sometime between 1093 and 1125. Oda was known by contemporaries as the Good, and also became known as Severus the Severe. Citations: ABC Farmer Oxford Dictionary of Saints p. 393. Brooks Early History of the Church of Canterbury p. 222-224. ABCDEFGHIJ Cubitt and Costumbies. Oda, Oxford Dictionary of National Biography. ABCDEF Lappage. Oda, Blackwell Encyclopedia of Anglo-Saxon England. Stenton Anglo-Saxon England p. 448. Fried, A.L. Handbook of British Chronology p. 220. AB Stenton Anglo-Saxon England p. 347. Foot Ethelston p. 169. Southern Western Society and the Church pp. 173-174. AB Miller, Edmund, Blackwell Encyclopedia of Anglo-Saxon England pp. 159-160. Delaney Dictionary of Saints p. 464. Clancy From Memory to Written Record p. 40. AB Fried, A.L. Handbook of British Chronology p. 214. The mold making of English law p. 310. The mold making of English law pp. 440–441. Stafford Unification and Conquest p. 9–10. Blair Church in Anglo-Saxon Society p. 481. Footnote 252. A. B. Darlington, Ecclesiastical Reform, English Historical Review p. 386. Sherber, Chapters of Archbishop Oda, Bulletin of the Institute of Historical Research pp. 75–83. Fletcher Blood Feud p. 24. Stenton Anglo-Saxon England p. 437. A. B. Stafford Unification and Conquest p. 48–49. A. B. Miller, Edwig, Blackwell Encyclopedia of Anglo-Saxon England pp. 151–152. Darlington, Ecclesiastical Reform, English Historical Review p. 387. Blair Church in Anglo-Saxon Society p. 314. Brooks Early History of the Church of Canterbury p. 53. Walsh New Dictionary of Saints p. 454–455.